Gosh, it is day 15 on how to activate your hero's journey. We are on the other side of death. We are on card number 14, but because the Fool is 0, it's day 15, because obviously 0 day doesn't make much sense in our life, the way we construct it and make it happen here on the human plane. Anyway, planes of existence is very temperance like. How are you feeling on the other side of death? Hopefully you know what I'm talking about because you've been following for the last 14 videos. So I feel like I'm not in the land of the living yet. So yeah, sometimes these journeys are a little intense, and we've got one more week to go, and then there'll be a break, and then next month I'll post your authenticity activation, which is a 10-day journey through the swords. Not as mammoth as this Thors Journey that we're doing, which is the major arcana and 22 cards long. So we've done all of this. We've had the call to adventure, we've met the mentor, we've in the magician, we've crossed the threshold, in the high priestess, trials and failure, all the way around the chariot. Growth and new skills is strength and the hermit. Death and rebirth is the wheel of fortune. Revelation, justice, changes, hangman death. Atonement is what we're heading for now in temperance. So if you're with me, then you'll know that my name is Tiffany Crosara and that I take people on journeys to live the tarot rather than read the tarot, because when you do that, it wakes up your world, it unveils the transformational truth of you, and it puts you in contact with who you really are, and also the power of the world around you and how connected we are with each other and the divine. And so hopefully in this journey, activate your inner hero. You're connecting with these archetypes on a daily basis, and you're getting messages from them. They're showing up in your life. They're being activated by situations, events, people. It's a wake-up call to the whole of who you are. It's a way of waking up our brain. You know, we only use a third of it. This is a way to cross over from the conscious to the subconscious and to get to know everything at a deeper level. Now, how does that sound? How would your life be if you were living it more awake, if you were able to go from one source to the other? That would be incredible, wouldn't it? So temperance is an interesting energy. She didn't open up to me until 2011, when I'd been a professional reader then for 8 years, and I'd been working with the tarot on and off since I was 14. So 14, card 14. Yeah, that's a good another 14 on top of that before she opened up to me. And when she opened up to me, I happened to be living in St. Michael's Mounts Bay, and Pamela Coleman Smith, who was the artist for the Rider-Waite Smith, as some people rightly call it, lived in Cornwall. And I do believe that this is Marazion with St. Michael's Mount, which is where a castle is on the land. And when the water rises, you can't walk to it. And when it goes down, you can walk to it. And in 2011, temperance was my year. So if you add your birthday, your birth month, and the number of the year together, then that becomes your year card. So for instance, this year for me, my birthday, of course, stays the same, 11. And the month stays the same, 8. And then this year is 2018. So you add the 8 and the 2 and the 1, and you get an 11. Okay, so 1 plus 1, which is my birthday, 11, okay, plus 8, okay, equals 10. Then plus 1, which is 11 for this year, okay, 11, 12. So if my maths is right, when I'm really not awake this morning, I still feel in the land of the, not in the land of the living. I was brushing my teeth earlier and I heard this bzzz, and I was like, what is that? Where is that noise coming from? I didn't wake up until 10, unheard of. I was so out of it that I just couldn't even equate that the bzzz was from my brush. My vibrating brush. So I'm still not there with it, but if I've got it right, then I am on the Hanged Man. So basically you add up your day, your month and your year, and that gives you the year that you are in, you know, the number of the card, and you have to deduce it, keep adding the digits together if they're over 22. So if you had 22, well, okay, yeah, you would add 2 plus 2 together and you would be on 4, which is the Emperor. Yeah. So back in 2011, I was on Temperance. It was my Temperance year. And boy, did she open up to me. I had so many guided messages from my little angel, who's Sagittarius, just like Temperance, Lauren, my daughter, who is over in the spirit world, about a lot of souls that were not passing over because of the sheer backlog from the world wars. And how Cornwall, where we were living, was part of the heart chakra, like Glastonbury, but it was the pump. So the heart chakra is bigger than Glastonbury, and the pump is Cornwall with all its mining systems. And St. Michael's Mount is part of the Rainbow Serpent. So the world has chakras all over it, energy centers all over it, with ley lines. And if you want to know more about this, I actually do have a YouTube on it, so look up Temperance with my name and I'll take you through all of the chakras and the ley lines and a little bit of this story about how Temperance was really strong for me that year. So we ended up doing this huge meditation and at St. Michael's Mount, because it was the pump all the way around the world, and so many people were involved all over the world. It was an amazing event, and that is how Temperance opened up to me. And it's interesting that today I am spending the day planning Cornwall, because I'm going back there in 2 weeks, and I'm going to hold a retreat in Mounts Bay, and also one of my first ever game changer days. So yeah, I know how Temperance is showing up for me at the moment today, but there'll be other ways that she shows up that I don't know about. And for you, think of the number 14, think of Sagittarius, think of the 4 virtues, which Temperance is one of. So you've got strength, patience, which is the Hermit, and then justice, and then you have Temperance. Think about grace, how you can bring more grace into your life. She flies around the obstacles, yes, gracefully. Ding! I'm going to leave it there for today. Remember, if you want any help, put your day in the chat box, okay, in the comments. You have to write it out to see it sometimes. It's really something that helps. Yes, even if you do see things, still writing it out or speaking it out, expressing it in some way, you'll be like, oh, and that, ding, 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 ding. And if you want to do it in a group, because that's where the power is, obviously, with what I've just been talking about, the sharing and the expression, really makes those neurons fire off. And you go, oh God, I didn't see that. Oh yeah, amazing. And you want to do that? The link is somewhere around this video, depending on where you're watching it. Yes, probably below, maybe above, below, who knows? We will see. Take care. Bye for now.